Hey, my name is Kim. Welcome back to my channel. I'm filming in a slightly different spot today. Today, I am sharing a week of dinners as well as a little bit of lunch inspiration sprinkled in. So if a week of meal ideas interests you, please keep watching.
So the first dinner this week is a super simple one. I just boiled up some tortellini, added a pre-made sauce topped with cheese, and then I also baked some frozen broccoli with some ranch seasoning, salt, and pepper, and that was literally it. Super easy dinner that went over really well with the kids. And here's a clip of everything all finished.
So tonight for dinner, it's actually only 2 o'clock, but I have this in the crock pot. It's just about done, but it'll be sitting in here for a couple more hours. So I did a chili. And I got a little creative with this because I realized we don't have any ground beef. So I actually made it with Italian sausage. But I took a bite and honestly it tastes the same. And Italian sausage is cheaper. So that was kind of a win. But I just have 2 cans of kidney beans, a pound of Italian sausage. It's just mild. I have an onion, I have corn, I have some peppers that needed to be used up. And then a can of canned tomatoes, which were actually canned from the garden this year. Not my garden. I think it was my mother-in-law's. I got these ones from. Yeah, but they broke down super easily, so that's nice. I don't put tomato paste in my chili or anything. And then I also added chili powder, cumin, some beef broth base to get that beefy taste, and I think that really worked. And a little bit of cocoa powder and garlic. So yeah, that is dinner tonight.
So here are the finished dishes. Chili, I made a rosemary sun-dried tomato cornbread. We have some plain yogurt instead of sour cream, some mozzarella cheese because I didn't have cheddar, and some green onion, and I have a loaf of sourdough about to go into the oven. There's my finished plate, and there is how the sourdough turned out after baking. I tried a new design this time. I think it turned out pretty cute.
I thought I'd pop in this clip to show we've been doing sourdough for lunch here and there instead of bagels. And I usually use the bigger bentos when I do this because I don't like to do sourdough as sandwiches because the slices are just too thick. They like it better as toast. It's not toasted, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I spread it out like this. So my son has Nutella on his sourdough. My daughter has honey. They both have an orange. They both have a snack, goldfish or mini crisps. My daughter has peppers and orange and a granola bar. That's lunch for tomorrow. All right, I will also show the meal when it's finished, but I'm just prepping for dinner tonight. I did not want to buy naan. I just literally didn't want to spend the money on it. So I'm just making some. Super easy. I happen to have plain yogurt, and I think that's key with naan is to have yogurt to make a nice soft bread. So this has, I'll link in the recipe. It's from Budget Bites, but it's flour, yeast, salt, sugar, water, oil, egg, and yogurt. And so I just kneaded this together and I'm gonna let it rise. I have this sauce that I found in my pantry that we need to use. Apparently it's very spicy, but you can add yogurt, so I'm gonna do that. The kids might not eat it, that's okay. I'll leave some plain cooked chicken. I have chicken thawing. I have plain applesauce. We always have applesauce with our curry, and we usually have peas or chickpeas. I think we're gonna do chickpeas tonight. And yeah, I will show you this meal once it's put together. Oh, and rice, of course we'll have rice.
So that recipe made 8 pieces of naan bread, and I just rolled them out and then fried them in a little bit of butter, like just barely. I just kind of buttered the griddle and then, yeah, fried one side until it bubbled up and then flipped and finished it. These were so good. I want to make homemade naan every time we have like curry type meals. So here's the finished menu. There's the rice, the homemade naan. We have applesauce, chickpeas, cilantro, of course, a little bit of just plain chicken. And then there's the chicken vindaloo, and I just added some chickpeas into that. Here is my oldest daughter's plate. Here is my youngest son's plate. And here is middle child's plate. And this was mine. This was my favorite meal of the week.
Just popping in a little more random lunch inspiration here. Oops. For my 4-year-old, he has half of a ham sandwich with mayo. Lily. We call these pizza rice cakes. It's the tomato basil flavor. A peeled orange. I opened his granola bar for him here, the strawberry Nutri-Grain type one. He has a yogurt tube, some applesauce that was left from dinner, and there's some veggie straws in here as well as a few mini crisps. For my 7-year-old, he also has a ham and mayo sandwich. He has the same pizza rice cake, orange granola bar. 12-year-old has peanut butter, goldfish, orange, carrots, and cucumbers. And then for my 13-year-old, she has ham, mustard, and cheese. And then mini crisps, orange, carrots, cucumber, and a granola bar. And that is lunch for Thursday. My lighting is seriously so terrible in my kitchen in the evening, but I wanted to share what we're having for dinner Thursday night and also show you my new sweater. I got this from the thrift store. It's an H&M sweater. It is seriously the comfiest thing ever. So anyways, we're having tacos tonight. I'll show you what I made. So you might have noticed with my dinners, I like to do things that have a lot of different options for different proteins, vegetables, things like that, shells, whatever, or carbs, you know, whatever. And lots of bread sides, things like that. That tends to go over best with the kids, and they can kind of pick what they want from it. So tonight we're having tacos. I have some shells. I have Dorito shells, hard taco shells, and some soft, like larger shells. I'm probably gonna make myself a burrito. Normally I do small taco shells. We're just out and we happen to have these, so I'm using this up. We have corn. I have some tomatoes with poco picante seasoning from Epicure, which is so sad that Epicure is done for. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make my own. I found a salsa mix recipe that I think I'm gonna use. Maybe I'll put in a picture of what that is, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Lettuce, cilantro, beans. I have some slow cooked shredded chicken in here. I just cooked this in the Instant Pot with some water, and taco seasoning, my homemade taco seasoning. We have some cheese here. And then using up the last of the plain yogurt I needed to use. I used a lot of it in the Vindaloo last night and also in the homemade naan. But I mixed cumin and lime juice in, so it's kind of like a crema. We don't have sour cream, but I think this will be good. I've really been finding I like to get plain yogurt lately, and then I can add honey to it for the kids to have it with fruit and stuff, or I can use it in place of sour cream that way. So anyways, been liking that. You just have to make sure you get a high enough fat content for it to taste like sour cream. Ooh, it's the French side. What's the fat content here? 6%. I have some rice that just finished cooking, and then in my Instant Pot, I started making pinto beans. I had a bit of dried pinto beans left. I started making them on the stove and it was taking way too long, so I transferred them to the Instant Pot, but I'm probably gonna dish up the kids first because that's mostly gonna be me eating the refried beans. I figure maybe I'll do some meal prep with those wraps and do some beans and rice burritos, because lately I haven't been eating lunch and I just don't know what to eat, and it's like, so that will be good. And then one last thing to show you. So I'm not sure if we will get any of this, but I had to make something for Carter's grade 7 bake sale, and so I baked a loaf of banana bread because I had all the ingredients for that. I'm waiting till it cools. I'm gonna slice it up and package some into Ziploc bags left from Gunnar's birthday party, and then he'll take those to sell at his bake sale tomorrow. And if there's any left, we will eat some for dessert. Here's my 4-year-old's plate. Here's my 7-year-old's. This is a smaller portion than I usually give him, but I've noticed he hasn't been eating a lot lately, so I don't want him to have a couple bites and then us argue about how much he needs to finish. I don't like to argue over food, so I figured I'll give him a very small amount. And then if he wants more, he can ask for more. 12-year-olds, he does not eat meat, cheese, or sauces.
So here are the burritos that I made for lunch. They were just refried beans, cilantro, lime rice, the rest of the lime crema, and some chipotle seasoning. I rolled them up and wrapped a napkin around them to absorb moisture.
Well, because I showed you the burrito lunch, I figured I might as well show one more day of school lunches. So we almost always do a snack lunch on Friday. Here's Isla's, she's 13. She has some of these whole wheat crackers. She likes an even amount of cheese and ham to put on them. So sometimes we do pepperoni, sometimes ham, sometimes kielbasa, whatever we have, but there's cheese and ham. A few carrots, she's not huge on them, but I gave her a few. Orange, an egg, and a granola bar. For the 12-year-old, he has peanut butter in his crackers, some peanuts, just egg white, and I had to wash out the yolk. Orange and carrots. For the 7-year-old, he's got the same thing pretty much with a granola bar, and I peeled his orange for him. Probably won't eat it, but that's okay. And then for the 4-year-old, he has crackers, cheese, ham, a little piece of banana bread that was left, oranges. These were part of his birthday present, so I've just been slowly putting them in his lunches. Fruit snacks, his favorite granola bar, and a banana. And I put his name on it because I keep it out of the fridge where we put their lunches in so it doesn't get super brown. I just leave it on the counter so they know it's his. Or I leave it on the counter with his name on it so they know it's his. But yeah, that's everyone's lunches. And yes, these two eat hardly anything. They probably won't even eat all this. And these two will finish everything and probably want a snack when they get home. It's just kind of funny how kids are. Yeah, it's lunch for Friday. All right, it is Friday. Here's our last meal of the week. We are having nachos, so chips here. We have some cheese. I will probably grate some more. Then we have leftovers from our tacos. We have corn, beans, a little bit of lettuce, a fair bit of chicken. And then I just made some salsa with the tomatoes, added one more tomato, added cilantro. I used my Epicure Poco Picante mix and a little bit of lime juice. Oh, and cilantro. So that's gonna be dinner for Friday.
All right, here's the nachos for the kid who doesn't eat sauce, meat, or cheese. I use that term loosely. The two little guys just literally had cheese and chips. This was my plate with lots of that salsa. And then my daughter just had chicken and cheese. And then lastly, I thought I would just share our snack boxes for Friday movie. I found these Warhead sodas or pops at Dollar Tree. The kids loved them. Thanks so much for watching.